They sing Baby Jesus is Sleeping in the Hay. To us, they look like children performing for their congregation. But to the Chinese authorities, they are criminals. Because this is an underground house church, so called because they meet without state approval. They let us in to take these pictures to show both faith and defiance, while this congregation bravely shared with us what happens when the authorities find the faithful. The police called us evil and arrested us for illegal assembly, she explains. In this village, they were even building their own church until, as this cell phone video shows, the authorities knocked it down. When Mao Zedong took power, he banned religion. Communism was the new faith. These days, the state allows churches, but worshipers must register with police. And yet, look at the faces. So many young people, even here.
They've grown up in a society where the moral imperative is make money and get ahead. And that doesn't take you very far.
In China, it was once easy to know what to believe in, the Communist Party. Those days may be gone for good, as a new generation learns how to find and keep its own faith. Barry Peterson, CBS News, Beijing.
It's one thing to ask, where is God when we experience tragedy? And we all ask that sooner or later. But a really interesting question that I think Philip Yancey's book and chapter about China asks is, where is God when things are going well? Particularly when we live in such an affluent culture with all of these gadgets and electronics, things that can do just about anything for us and make our lives so much easier. Where is God when things are going well? Well, God is certainly present. We know that. God is with us always. But the thing is, do we notice? Do we pay attention? As a pastor, I've often said to people, I have nothing really to say much to you if you don't have some sort of a void in your life. C.S. Lewis says that we all have a Christ-shaped void right in the center of our souls that we try to stuff all sorts of things into, all sorts of gadgets, all sorts of things to fill that void. But it can only be filled by Christ. And Christ, of course, is the suffering one. And so if it's all about stuff and accumulation and affluence, then we have a problem. The ancient Hebrew prophets knew this as well. The ancient Hebrew prophets always comforted the afflicted and afflicted the comfortable. And certainly Mother Teresa knew that God is something that we realize that we need when God is all that we have. As long as we have something else, it's not going to work for us. In Yancey's chapter about China, we know that the church grows from the bottom up. China is just exploding in Christianity. One of the issues, one of the problems with that is, in China, Christianity is equated with Western culture. And that sometimes has a bit of greed to it, a bit of affluence to it. How do you put capitalism into a Marxist society? How do you put capitalism into a Christian perspective? Affluence indeed can be our enemy as well as our friend. But Yancey also notes that God quietly moves to those places where God is needed. And China is moving and things are happening there in the life of God's people. May you find joy in this Lenten journey, even as we contemplate suffering, but as we contemplate where our deficits seem to be as well. God is surely moving among us when things are going well. God is present with us, but we're probably not paying attention. May God be with you to light your path, to accompany you on the journey, that you might find your way.